ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 564th episode of the GeekVerse podcast. I am the clown prince of podcasts, Trasnell, and I'm joined by...
I am the invader, Kirkland Patzer.
And then our caster, Dilmas.
I'm the 2024 Taylor Field.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I guess you can guess by some of those nicknames. But yes, this is a GeekVerse episode. We're here only talk about a little news because we have busy weeks. So just one little news topic, then some predictions and stuff like that. So we're going to get right into it because we got a Indy 4 retro to record after this. We got Flash tomorrow. Dylan just came off a bunch of side quests. He went from 0 to 100 and coming back. Dylan and I will be talking on Monday side quests. We're just gonna be kind of like you and Kirkland shooting the crap, right? See what pops over.
Shooting the
Shit,
what was
yeah.
it again?
Shot the shit.
Shot the shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. That'll be fun. See what breaks. Talk about some maybe unfortunate Embracer stuff going on. Who knows? It's not a. it's a great time to listen to GeekVerse. Not a great time for everybody else sometimes, but that's why we're here to cheer you up. Taylor, where can they find us to
Please
cheer?
find us with your internet connection. Search bar GeekVerse.ca is our home base. GeekVerseCast is our Twitter. GeekVerse is our Facebook.
Yeah, everything you need to know is down below. Video, Facebook. I don't know why I said Facebook. Like it's a dead thing. What happened to the polls, Taylor? There's never going to be a poll ever again, is there?
Nexopia. Waiting for summer.
Nexopia.
We're not even in
I
July
heard that
yet.
website today at work, and it just like brought back memories. I feel like I hadn't heard
Did you?
Nexopia in years, decades even. No.
Did you have a Nexopia account?
No, my sister did. I knew what it was, but I never had an account.
Yeah,
this
me
guy's
either.
talking about it.
You guys have a
there you go.
Nexopia accounts?
GeekVerse,
MySpace?
No Nexopia.
Never mind then.
accounts.
Yeah, none of us have Nexopia.
No MySpace
Nobody can
either,
relate.
actually.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't have
but
MySpace either.
They gotta come. They gotta come. What is this image in our? What?
That's from
What is-
Indie.
I forgot.
Don't bring
about
that up.
right?
That's for
okay.
Indie Retros. Come on.
Okay, there you go. Tune in the indie retro and stuff like that. But there you go. Yeah, I guess one day we'll make a Nexopia. We'll get there when they make a big comeback and stuff like that. But yeah, everything you need to know is down below. All our links, video, audio. Join the Discord. That was lots of fun this week with all the conferences. I'm sure this weekend will be fun with all like the Flash kind of spoiler talk and stuff like that. And also I feel like there is an After 9 on the books. Is it next week? Am I misremembering that?
I don't see one on the calendar.
No,
I
it's
don't
2
think.
weeks from now. 2 weeks from now. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. 30th. Mark it down. But, there's just a lot of stuff going on. But, yeah, if you want to join After 9, which is our call-in show, which will be fun because we'll be doing that after Flash and Indy. After the June movies, we'll talk about those. Join the Patreon. Join the $5 tier. Or up to get every exclusive you can, everything. Ad-free, early and exclusive episodes on there. There'll be a bread and butter soon. There'll be original soon, stuff like that. It's always a good time. And soon you'll be voting on the poll. The next Patreon poll you'll be voting on in early July will be the Margot Robbie retrospective. We're doing that in honor of Barbie. There's always like a movie I'm polling for, but then I just know something fucking stupid's gonna win. And it's fun because we have a good time, but I never expected like Megamind or so. It's always a random stuff for like, oh, the Brad Pitt retro's Megamind, honestly, of course. And it's Patrons. The Patrons, you get to submit them all. We're not submitting them stuff. So like, I don't want to be biased and say what I want. I'll say that after the voting because I don't want to swing anything. But yeah, you can do a bunch of stuff at the tiers. Try and get us to 50. We're at 27 right now. Try and get us by 50 by the end of July 31st. That's our goal. That's our call to action. We would really appreciate it. And if you do that, we're going to do 5 bonus additional episodes that are in description down below. You can go check those out. If not, they're locked away in the vault forever. You'll never see them. Maybe if we do another goal. But until then, they'll be long gone. So, and a big shout out to the Patreon producers. Jack Grant, April Darkness, Joshua Wright, Aaron Braden, and Maddie. We got to add Maddie on there too. And then I think I said everybody there. Okay. Anything else to promote? I don't think so. No, you guys got anything to promote?
Got Maddie up there.
No,
Maddie.
actually, Muds. I should say Muds, actually. Sorry.
I don't know why.
I realized the second I said it too. I realized the second I said it too. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, lots of good stuff going on. But
There you go.
let's get right into this. We're just going to talk quickly about these delays. Then we're going to get in Secret Invasion and stuff like that. So I guess I should have pulled them up as I'm a bad podcaster. So please don't one-star me. It's been a busy day. But Disney came out this week and just pretty much gave this big press release, said, hey, bunch of stuff is moving. So I will try and get all the initial switches and stuff like that. But Taylor, I want to throw it to you because I feel like in the Discord I saw you having the most like outward reactions, like some of the biggest. What?
I did?
Yeah,
irate.
you're like fucking Avatar. Like you're going off about like, oh, when this is
I
out,
dropped
like,
a casual like what the fuck in all caps. You know, I
That's
was,
yeah, that's
you were
not
like, I'm
casual.
boycotting
That's not
Disney.
casual
I'm
at
never seeing
all.
another one of their movies
Yeah.
again.
But like some of the big notes are, I'll start with the four biggest, and I'll kind of give some random ones too. They're just kind of some shifts around and stuff like that. But Deadpool is actually moving up 6 months, so we're gonna get that May. So we're literally less than a year away from Deadpool 3. Obviously, they're filming that right now because you can tell some stuff that got past the writer's strike, and that's one of them. So they're filming right now. So that obviously is why it's moving up. You got Avengers, which we talked about this, and I've been saying this for a while. Avengers 5 and 6 have both been pushed back a year, so now it's 26 and 27. I guarantee those could get pushed back even more. The Star Wars films got pushed back, so now if it happens, which, funny, haha, if it happens in 2026, we're getting 2 Star Wars movies. We're getting one in May, the same month as an Avengers movie, and then one in December. And then the other thing is Avatar got pushed back. All of them, I think, got pushed back a year, where the next one's 2025 it is, and then the last Avatar movie is going to come out in 2031, which is kind of
Blade Runner
crazy.
2031. That's what that
Pretty
reminds me of.
close. Yeah, like it's kind of crazy that, God, when we get to that, Gwen's gonna be like 11, 12 years old. She's gonna be asking me for a cell phone. I'm gonna have to say, oh no. But yeah, Taylor, what do you think about some of these delays? Is there anything, what are you most surprised about? Obviously this is a mix of mostly the writer's strike. There's some other stuff, but it's the mix of a lot of things. But yeah, what are you taking away? What's your biggest point here?
My biggest point was just, why don't they just get like different writers? Like, why do they gotta have? Why
I
do they
love
gotta
that you
pull
say
from the
why
Writers
don't.
Guild?
The
Why
Scab
don't?
writers.
Why
Yeah.
Writers Guild of America? I looked, and there's apparently a Writers Guild of like Europe and all these other agencies. Germany has a Writers Guild. Let's just pull some talent from.
I don't think
there.
that's how that works. Like technically, they could throw Tarantino a big fat check and get him to write something because he's not part of the guild.
Well, they might. Why don't they get Christopher Nolan? It seems like Warner Brothers is throwing a big fat check.
because he's part of the Writers Guild.
Oh, right.
Tarantino is not. Tarantino did not join the Writers Guild.
He doesn't
always
have a
been
ring.
big point of
Tarantino's
contention.
Star Wars.
But he's laughing now because he's gonna get to go make his fucking movie, and while it's a whole
There'll be no
point
other
of
films in
contention.
the box office. Only Tarantino films.
Well, too bad. The next one's his last one. He's like,
Oh,
it's
shit.
gonna be
He might
Avengers.
reconsider. Yeah,
Man,
Avengers.
imagine that. Just Avengers Secret War, directed by Tarantino. And I would get, that Avengers dinner party movie I want? I might get it if he directs it. That'd be great.
He would direct it, and then the writer would be some random German dude you've never heard of before, according to Taylor's plan of attack.
Yeah, but no, Tarantino's allowed to write.
Oh,
he's
he's
not
gonna
the part of
write
the
and
guild.
direct. He's
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
both. Okay.
Oh, they're going the Kevin Feige's going the full Monty. Let him do everything for their big finale.
Rated R.
I would just love to pitch like First of all, we should do that as a Chat GPT once. But just Tarantino, write me a scene of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Go, and just to see what he would come up with. It would be the most nonsensical, like non-Marvel stuff ever, but it would be great in concept. But anyways, yes, they could do that. But like the idea is they want to. Majority of the writers that are established and have lots of projects and success are people in the Writers Guild. There are the odd ones like Tarantino or Ari Aster. He's another one. So Ari Aster's Secret Wars, that's another option. But there there is a list of people that aren't in the Writers Guild, but the Writers Guild list is like pretty much every writer in Hollywood is in that guild. So it's not as simple as that.
Plus, if you have the case of something like Daredevil or something that's like in production, right, and you have writers for that original screenplay and script and stuff like that, and then they have a writer on hand to change things if things come up, and then you're gonna use some other random writer, like just get some new guy in. He's gonna like read the script in a
unpaid
day and like
interns from
try and figure it
college.
out.
And it depends on contracts. There might be some legality that they can't do that, right? And that's the thing. I guess to kind of combine with this too, both Penguin and Daredevil announced that they will not pick up production until the strike is over, which at first it looked like those shows were safe, but that's why I feel like for people we're gonna get some movies and shows, but I feel like especially when we were podcasting, I feel like it could end up being not as light as 2020, but kind of a similar like that COVID year in 2024. Like there's gonna be stuff coming out, but it's gonna be a lot more few and far in between. That's why another thing, Taylor, I know I keep cutting you off, but like Alien now, that's gonna be theatrical next year, and it's probably because of the strike. It's probably like, well, we're not going to have many movies. We were going to put on Hulu, but fuck it. Let's put it on the theaters because we're having nothing else. So, hey, we'll still be here. We'll do that. We'll do comic book versions again. We'll do a bunch of retros. We'll be around. GeekVerse, you can't kill us yet. But Taylor, now go ahead.
So, I mean, everything's kind of like backing off from like 2024 outwards to like the yonder years. It seems
Yeah.
like so.
Yonder years.
Yonder years.
Oh, we gotta use
Those
some
are
of
the
that
years.
It's like Wonder Years, but the Yonder Years. Fuck. That would sound like a great space sci-fi game. You know, like a nice independent, like the Yonder Years. Got to
Do it.
trademark it.
Yeah, chat me up. I would think that this is a pleasant opportunity because I'm having a kid, and so I mean, you're giving me a full 365 days. That kid's gonna be old enough to just be babysat by other people, not like a fresh newborn. So all these new movies are gonna be coming out later. That's great for me. Great timing. I
you
can
saying-
relax.
So you're
That
fine
you
with the podcast
established-
crashing if it's
Yeah.
you.
You
your
said
kid
we're
gets to see it.
covered. We got comic versions. We got everything retro.
We're
good.
covered. We're covered. But like the comic versions aren't going to do good as like Avengers: Secret Wars. Just going to throw that out there.
Are we certain that Taylor didn't establish a coup to get this writer strike going on for this
Yeah.
very plot? That seems like a Taylor thing to
Took a
do.
lot of
Inside
convincing.
man.
Me and Tarantino did a lot of hours to play.
Yeah,
this
you,
out.
Tarantino, and Ari Aster in a room making every Marvel movie for the next
Yeah.
4 years.
That's our big.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Don't forget
yeah.
ChatGPT.
That's our
I'd
big
honestly be down
secret.
for that timeline. That divergence in the Doctor Strange universe. He's like, I'm not going there, but I want to go to that timeline.
Yeah, that's our big secret. The first 2 hires of GeekVerse Pictures is Ari Aster and Tarantino. We're really excited to bring them on, some up and comers and stuff like that. So
There you go.
there you go.
But in all seriousness, I do think having dates for Star Wars is nice, but that doesn't guarantee anything, as we've seen
No.
over the years. It is a shame that they didn't do anything with Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron
Oh,
because
boy,
that movie is
Jesus.
written and it's shelved. And I mean, hey,
I don't think it was written.
It wasn't written. I thought it was, and they just shelved it.
I think it was in the process of writing, and there's just rumors. The 2 rumors are they didn't like the script, and the other rumor was that she was hard to work with. I'm gonna go with the former because it's hard to say what that is, but it's the same thing as like James Mangold, which is why I don't understand with Star Wars that he pitched this thing of like it's Jedi 10 Commandments, so very biblical, right? But he hasn't written the script, so it's the same thing of like. He could write this script and Kathy and Stars be like, yeah, we don't actually like this. Like that's apparently how Damon Lindelof is like, oh, yeah, this pitch. And like, we don't really like this. Because his pitch was the Rey movie, but it was going to be Rey 80 years old into the future. And Helen Mirren type was going to play her. And they're like, yeah, we'd kind of like Daisy back. So they parted ways. So I don't know why they don't just have them write a script. You can still pay for it, but why not announce it after? I don't know.
Well, I guess I mean that's fair. I'm happy to see Star Wars hopefully getting a little bit more of a focus here. Like ever since they announced those 3 films, I got really excited, and so I want them to just focus on it and commit to it. Obviously, the writer's strike is definitely a problem in that chain of events, but I just want that to be a focus. That's where I stand. As for everything else, like Marvel and stuff, that really is unfortunate. The things that are already in production, I mean, worked on Daredevil, Penguin, that is truly just upsetting. Now, you mentioned Avatar. That is definitely that is a big kicker because I thought he filmed like up to Avatar 5 already and had everything.
Well,
all
no, yeah,
sorted
filmed
out.
up to 3, and I think 4 and 5. I think those are like not ready to go production, but I think those are far along into pre-production and stuff like that. Probably
But
writing and everything.
those aren't. Well, I didn't even think like they had to be written. I thought there were like years, like 5 years after Avatar 1.
No, I know,
Cameron's
that's
like,
what
I got them all written. and
Yeah,
everything.
no, I don't. But I don't think that. I don't know if that one's delayed. That one's a bit more curious why it's delayed because
They got to make the technology for it. It's gonna be
Well,
like some
yeah, I don't know,
4D
but like
movie.
I'm saying like 4 and 5 are probably already written. I don't know if it's a thing of like Star Wars was supposed to open 2025 December, and now that and now they got bumped. I'm wondering if Avatar's just there as like a hey, we have this date. Let's put something big in that date now that Star Wars is gone and stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, 3, I think the stuff that needs to be done is production stuff. I don't think that's a strike thing. Or it's a strike thing in the way that other things are getting affected, so Avatar is going to fill some holes, even though by getting delayed is kind of weird, but I can't remember in 2024 what Disney has. Oh, right. Superman Mike said here, which I think is not a good Christmas movie. Thunderbolts is getting the 2024 one, which is like I get it. like, I don't.
I feel like they should put Deadpool 3 as that on over Thunderbolts personally.
me.
But I get Deadpool's after.
Yeah, No, Deadpool's before.
Oh,
it's in May
before, right?
now.
It is before, yeah.
I would agree with you that if I had to pick, I would pick Deadpool. The fact that that's rated R, I'd go meh. I just don't know if like I'm not saying because I had the same thing, right? Like, why are you gonna put Aquaman in December? That's a summer movie, but that's still like a fun vibe type of movie. I just don't know if Thunderbolts is like it's Christmas time, let's go see Thunderbolts. Like if Deadpool 3, all these rumors are true, that the lots of scoopers this week are saying, like, because there's been script stuff coming out, that it's like the No Way Home for the Fox universe. That's what Deadpool 3 is. I could see that being in December because people are like, man, fuck, I can't wait to see Halle Berry back as Storm. But I just don't know if, like, I'm not saying Thunderbolts is gonna bomb. I'm just saying like Christmas and Thunderbolts is like a weird slot. Like I could see something else coming out during Christmas and beat it, just because I don't like. Let's see a bunch of mercenaries get together and do a mission. Like
It's gonna be
I don't
family.
know.
They're gonna come together and be really close and just
What
have the
time? What
Christmas
time of year
cheer.
did Avengers 1 and 2 come out?
Both May. They've all the Avengers have been May
All
or
four in
April.
May, hey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
May or April. I think one was maybe March. Like I think Endgame maybe touched March a little bit as early, but yeah. And yeah, I get that radar movies, but like I said, it's just if you have that whole gang back, but both of them are kind of weird. But yeah, so that's what it is. Thunderbolts is 2024, the Avatar slot, and that's why Avatar got pushed back. So that's why I feel Avatar's more just moving around for other people.
So here's talking about the MCU side of it more.
Mm-hmm.
I remember us joking on a cast a few months ago at this point that Deadpool 3 was the thing that was going to end Phase 5, but that's no longer
Yeah.
going to be the case.
Got
Now,
moved way
Phase
up.
5 is kind of a weird phase considering it doesn't have an Avengers thing to like be the end point and then like usually have like an epilogue-y thing. So how do you guys think that affects things? Like, is it really just not matter for Phase 5 because it's a weird in between, and now they'll just end it with like Blade or something, and that's where they cut the line.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe it in the first place it was never like a definitive like close to the chapter. It was just like setting up to end that phase without having like a big moment that just ends the phase. Kind of like how, I mean, even Endgame wasn't the end of a phase, right? It would have been
Far
No
From
Way
Home.
Home. Oh, Far From Home.
I guess. I guess what it like Thunderbolts or so Captain America now. Now I need to get all these dates figured out in my head because it's, and I mean not like any of these things are solid anyway.
Get the
Yeah.
whiteboard out.
But where's Captain America in relation to? And that has a new title, Brave New World, right? In relation to all this stuff, and because that seems to me like kind of a phase ender for what this.
It's
what we got
August
going on.
now. So it goes Deadpool, Cap, and then Thunderbolts in 2024. Cap didn't get a big delay. It was originally, I think it was the May, July. I think where Deadpool is now, I think Deadpool's just further along. That's what it sounds like maybe. So, or they just view Deadpool as, hey, this is going to be a bigger spring movie. Let's put it in there. So, and Captain America in August is fine. Like movies have made money in August. So yeah, so it goes Deadpool, Cap, Thunderbolts. Yeah. And I think to answer your question,
And then
I
Blade
think
will definitely be just the last thing. It seems like based on
Blade's
everything
going to
we've
get
heard
bumped
about
to phase 6.
that thing's
yeah.
getting kicked and kicked and kicked. Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I know people keep telling me no, but I've prepped myself more and more for an announcement any day that Mahershala Ali is no longer Blade. I hope it's not happened, but this dude was announced in 2019, and like
It's gonna be
got
Mia Goth. She's gonna be Blade now.
Sure. Well, actually, no, we better not. Yeah, I was gonna say sure, but then I thought, let's not race swap Blade for. Even though I would love
Swap
Blade's
everything,
voice.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
kill you, vampire.
She has her accent.
Yeah. But anyways,
I want to see that movie.
oh, I do. She's
That's
gonna
in the
be a great
Tarantino
Lilith.
movie, probably.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that happens, but I think Deadpool's there because I feel like if these talks are true about like, hey, it's the No Way Home for the Fox universe, I feel like sure it's gonna have some MCU stuff, but it really can happen anytime during the MCU. I think just because it's Deadpool. I think right. So I think that's why they're safe to move that around.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
that
don't
one
know-
can be
oh, go
like
ahead.
I feel like that one can be a bit more dynamic too. Of they can shift. I mean, I guess if they're already doing it, they probably don't want to shift the script around too much, considering everything that's going on right now. But I feel like they could
Yeah.
change things here or there to make it fit into. I mean, a lot of that stuff can happen just later on with like throwing a post credit wherever they want, and sometimes that stuff can be kind of unrelated to the movie it's actually in.
Well, and that's a good thing. That's what people brought up. As long as the strike were to end before the movie comes out, that's you could have rewrites. You could have Ryan Reynolds do stuff in ADR, like them rewrite lines and everything like that, same post credits. So
Yeah,
it all
right.
depends when the strike's over. So like they kind of get 2024 is it'll be lesser content, but they kind of get that as a mulligan of each studio has stuff ready to go. Like it's not like COVID where they had stuff they just didn't want to release it. This is they have stuff. It's gonna be that like if the strike gets past September, it's gonna be that like past December 2024 that's in really danger because then this is the stuff that's like stuff that comes out in 2024 is like the stuff that's just made the line of they're already in production. Where after that now we're getting that point of like new or Brave New World is wrapping filming in a couple weeks and stuff like that. Deadpool, I'm sure, I know it just started, but still like it'll wrap in a couple months. So we're in this that'll be like July, August. So if it goes past September, that's where you're going to get this like August to December of potential no production and stuff like that. And they don't know, but the actors have voted that they can strike. Now they have to vote if they will strike, but it's on the table. And even the DGA is not safe because so the DGA made a deal with all these studios and it was like, okay, we're not striking, but now they got to have a vote on it. And I don't know how many, but multiple directors have said like, I'm voting against this deal. Like I want to strike. So at first it seemed like directors were, okay, it's safe. Now some of them are being vocal and saying, like we don't want just a few people to speak for all of us. So it's not completely over yet. And if everyone strikes, either two things happen: that all the studios fold really quickly, or we're really in a hike. But I think if the directors were to go on strike, they would buckle right away because you can't make movies without a director. You're not gonna try that out. So. Yeah. And do you guys have any, because this is what I was questioning, again, because it's Star Wars, it's one of these things of like, well, who knows if it actually is a thing, but let's say it all sticks and stuff like that. One, I think it's just crazy. 26 now? It's going to be 7 years since the last Star Wars movie. To me, that just is like, that's a sign that Kathy or whoever these making these decisions got to go. But I do really not understand this idea of, let's say Avengers Kang Dynasty stays at state and opening the first Star Wars film 7 years the same month. That seems like a big miscalculation to me. Like didn't we learn anything from Solo when it came out the first same month as Infinity War? I'm not saying that was just the reason. I think it was a lackluster movie and not Harrison Ford, but like that was the whole thing. Solo was in between Infinity War and Deadpool, and no one went to go see Solo. And it's just like, why would you put two of those movies in the same month? I really don't get that thinking at all to me.
Yeah, I mean, I take all these dates right now as just like placeholder anyway. I guess there's precedent for them doing it because they did it before, but I have to think that this would be a bit of a different situation in which Star Wars was somewhat shackled by there was 5 movies in back-to-back years, or maybe there's a gap, but like with the 3 main lines and the 2 spin-offs, like there's only
it was
so
4
much.
and then 1 year was a double up. So 4 years in a row, but 1 year had 2. That's what it was.
What was the year with 2? Was that Solo?
It was Solo and oh no, I was wrong. Sorry, it wasn't that it had 2. It's just that Last Jedi was in December and Solo was in May, so they were very close
They were
together.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a different time, right? When they could move things around, but still then it's like, okay, well then we're proximity pretty close to another Star Wars thing. So you can only do so much. So maybe they just didn't feel like there was any wiggle room there. And I can't remember off the top of my head the other release dates for Marvel things that year, but it's just, there's so much going on. Whereas I think Star Wars at this point, like when they come back after that, what will be a 7-year hiatus, they'll want to come in with a bang and they'll want like that prime slot. So they'll hopefully put it somewhere if they're confident and they think that's going to do well, or they want it to do well and it's shaping up to be good. Then they'll probably want to, distance it from obviously MCU stuff, and then also remind me on the Avatar dates real quick. Is there one in that year?
It's like 20. No, it's the year before, so they're safe there. It's 25 Avatar.
Okay, well, even then, in terms of months, like, make sure that the box office, at least, like, they're not cannibalizing each other. I'm sure, a bunch of DC stuff's going to get delayed, so maybe that ends up being the year when a bunch of things get bombed down at the same time. But yeah, hopefully they don't do it same month for their sake as, for us, that'd be a very fun month. But hopefully for their sake, they don't drop it in the same month as a big MCU thing or Avatar, or even within, like, maybe a 3-month radius of any of those things.
Yeah. What's going on, Taylor? Is Masson throwing your shit around back there?
Oh, she's just taking down the office.
Mid cash,
convert it to
ripping the posters off.
knee breaks and stuff like that. So, Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited that at least that Alien movie is going to theaters because I
Yeah.
wish that Prey got to go to theaters even limited. So I'm hoping that they kind of see, hey, like we could have done something with that. I know it's probably the strike too, but I like the guy that directed Fede Alvarez. He did obviously the Evil Dead 2010 movie, and then what else did he do? Oh, Don't
13.
Breathe. So yeah, I'm
2013.
2013. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm a fan of that. Yeah, Blade. Who knows? I'll believe Blade once they're. Blade is the
Yeah.
new Flash, which Flash was it's coming out in 24 hours, but the original release date was 2018, and that's what Blade is. It's like it's become that
Sheesh.
same problem. Luckily, the Star's not in any trouble. They're dealing with that with now fucking Namor and Kang. But as MJ said, it is like a good thing from their standpoint, is there is no rush to do Kang Dynasty now, if that is an issue, because it's now 3+ years away. So it's like lots of time to either recast, or if someone like lots of time if there is a trial or something like that, right? I don't know, but there's helps that way. But now it's going to be, I think, a lot of those shows now. I was really hoping Daredevil was going to make it through, because with those like 18 episodes, it's like, man, we can get a lot of content there. And now it's like not even just halted. It's like, yeah, we're not coming back till the strike's over. It's like, oh damn, we were
Pierre
this
Nye's
close.
Daredevil retro is delayed because of that reason.
Of
as well.
course, yeah.
That's
You
the
should.
That's the only
reason,
reason. Yeah.
We're gonna put out a strike. The Daredevil retro will not happen till the strike is over. We support
Pay
the
these
writers.
writers. Like, we
Yeah,
will-
yeah.
Yeah, I think just for greedy reasons, yeah, it sucks across the board for just losing content and all that stuff. But I mean, like, it also just sucks that it's even come to this place.
Yeah,
that,
we're on the other
we're
side
not even
of it,
getting
yeah.
movies. Yeah, so like on the more positive side though, like I am excited to just have more time to do like comic book versions and like certain episodes that maybe if we just have like I don't know different reviews taking up those slots, which are phenomenal and everything, but I think definitely we'll be able to squeeze out some fun content in between.
Are we
Yeah,
also-
just support us. Just support it when it happens.
Maybe you'll get the Daredevil retro. Who knows?
We got some
Yeah,
Star
maybe,
Wars
actually,
stuff,
you won't
right? Like
time.
we got Acolyte, we got Skeleton Crew, so there's a
Yeah,
few
that's
shows
this
that-
year.
Oh,
Yeah, no, and that's what I mean. Like 2024 still, they have the 1 year to play with. It is going to be, we're still going to get content. It's just going to be more spaced out now. But like, yeah, that's their one mulligan year. And like I said, they're on the clock to try to fix it this summer, because that's kind of what everyone says. Like, if they get past September, that's when you'll see like a longer term. Like some of these other projects could go back further and stuff like that, because things go start doing production. Like Blade, non-production. Like even then, Daredevil wouldn't be in production anymore. Penguin, Thunderbolts. I don't know what the situation is there, because I feel like they were going, but now they're not. So I really don't know what else is in 2025 for Doctor Strange 3, which scoopers were saying that like looks like that's gonna happen before Secret
Ooh,
Wars now and stuff, but
exciting.
obviously it won't happen till the strike and stuff. So, and my obviously my biggest concern is always for me like the Batman Part 2, because Matt Reeves has not said at all. He didn't do the James Gunn thing of like, oh, I put my Superman script in before the deadline. Matt Reeves hasn't said anything. So they were supposed to be production in November, and now it's March of next year. So I'm pretty worried that script is not done yet, and it's like, oh no. So that's and even anything DC, like look at that's been the big rumor, right? That Andy Muschietti is directing the Batman movie for DCU, but they can't announce it because they can't say, like, they can't really say, like, oh, we're writing this movie technically. Now this whole universe that's supposed to be happening, we could be in a world if the strike goes on. You could just get Superman, and then there's like nothing else coming out. Oh, Superman and Kirkland, Creature Commandos, that's happening right now. So you got
yeah.
that. But like for this new DCU, you could get those two things, and then the rest of the slate's just like like a year away, and it sucks for a momentum build. But like Kirkland said, of course we support the people. They should not be they should get paid better, and it's always their big thing they're fighting is the AI stuff. They shouldn't have to have their scripts rewritten by AI, as we've done and as we will do with ChatGPT tonight. We see that it creates good stuff, but in the act of comedy and like how bad it is and
It
stuff
creates
like that.
a fuck ton of plot holes too. We've found from the little bit we've
Absolutely.
it's obviously
Yes.
not very smart. So yeah, obviously all of this is hopefully great for the writers in terms of all that stuff. The 4 Marvel shows, Echo, Ironheart, X-Men 97, Agatha, those are all like done at this point ish.
Done or
or
dunning.
done writing side, like they're in the
Yeah.
post production at this point. So those would be things that we can probably expect next year, or if they are really low on content, I guess they could just like kick something back just to have more stuff in 2025 to have more even release schedule of thing. And I guess What If season 2 probably.
Yeah,
as
that's
well?
that. They got
Or-
that. They got that in the bank, and Zombies apparently is actually still. So it's
Ooh.
funny. Remember when we heard all those
That's
trolls about the
exciting.
animation studios? I feel like those shows that I don't think they're gonna get canceled because I think they're figuring it out. But now I think especially it's stuff like Spider-Man freshman year, like now you'll for sure get it because it's one of these things like, well, we were already working on it, and you can hire animators. They're not on strike, right, and stuff like that. So yeah, the rumor right now for X-Men is January. So we got a little time to finish that retro. Then the retro for the public will drop in the fall. But make sure go to Patreon. You get, I think we got about 8 or 9 episodes up there right now, covering all the way up to season 3 in the middle of it. So, but yeah, January is the rumor date for X-Men. So
Well, Fantastic Four is supposed to be like 2025 too. Like
no, it was
years ago.
24, but now it's 25. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's getting pushed back.
yeah, that's gonna be what, because I don't know if that one's another one of those ones that's like, is it being written? Is it not?
Yeah.
There's rumors that Vanessa Kirby's back in the running. The I guess I'll say this before we move on. The most recent rumor that was this week with Fantastic Four, which I don't understand. It's such a stupid rumor that they're going after all this A talent, and then once they're starting to lock down these deals, they're like, oh, these people are like asking for a lot of money. So now they're like reconsidering it. It's like, I don't know. I could have told you that. Like, you're going after Adam Driver and Margot Robbie together, and now you're like, oh, they're like, the rumor was going around that the budget already was $80 million plus with talent, and that's where they're like, oh, this is a bit much. It's like, well, what do you expect? Like, you're going, like, if you're gonna go after the A tier people, you're gonna get that. So that's why there's been a rumor that Vanessa Kirby is kind of back in the running, because, you know, not to be mean, but she would cost less than Margot Robbie, obviously, and stuff like that.
B-rate actress.
You know, it's just, you know, Robbie has this thing, so like that cast is still up in the air. So I don't know if we're gonna get a Comic-Con announcement. Everyone says that, but I think it's still kind of up in the air. And with the strike, do they have to really rush? It's coming out in 2 years. They can wait till next Comic-Con, right? They don't have to do it now. They're not gonna be shooting anytime soon. It's not like you're gonna see Adam Driver in a stretchy CG suit on the street and like, oh, he's Reed. Like, he's just gonna be sitting home.
Very true. Very true.
All right, let's take our first ad break, and then we're going to get into some Secret Invasion predictions. So we'll be right back. And we're back. So as always, we got some predictions. Taya's going to fire up the good old chat GPT, see what it creates and
It's
stuff
good.
like that.
It's really
Okay, good. So first of all, I just want to go around and I get just a lukewarm, not a lukewarm. There's my, I
Spoiler.
yeah, a temperature check. There's mine. I'll go first. That, like, I'm lukewarm as far as like I'm excited for, you know, always Marvel content, but I've always said that like Secret Invasion being a TV show is kind of odd. I think we'll talk on predictions. We'll get some reveals, but I don't think there's ever going to be any reveal in the comics of like, oh, this character has been a Skrull the whole time. Like, there will be, but it'll be like Martin Freeman's character, where it's like, cool, Everett Ross was a Skrull the whole time. Man, that really changes my view on the MCU. So I'm excited for the show in the sense of I like Marvel stuff, but I'm hoping it's going to be like an Andor, where once I get in there, I'm like, oh, this is really, really good. And people so far keep comparing it to Winter Soldier, which I like. I don't love it as much as everyone else. So that's not like, oh, I can't wait. But so yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm you know, excited to see some more Sam Jackson in the MCU, but that's kind of where I am. I'd say like higher than lukewarm, you know.
Yeah, I think I'm I think I'm pretty similar to you, Travis. I did rewatch that like first initial trailer, and I was reminded of how much I actually liked that trailer a lot. So it did kind of stoke the flame a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, I'm not over the moon itching to get on it, but it is exciting to just get more MCU content. I'm really hoping that it is similar to what Andor is like, because from those trailers, like I was getting that kind of cloak and dagger espionage type spiel that they could
Not
be
Cloak
giving
and
me.
Dagger, the Marvel characters. but-
No, they could be
No.
in it though. You never know. Maybe they're Skrulls. Yeah.
Could be, who knows? I don't think it'll be revealed in this show, but I'm not expecting anything too amazing for like that level of, I don't know, plot twists and major character reveals that I wasn't really expecting, or having major just, I don't know, impact on the overall MCU. But yeah, no, I am excited to just get into that little spy feels again, and hopefully there's nothing like too crazy like major scale that they try and do. I hope they do kind of keep it a little bit contained, because
The Skrulls
like,
have a bomb to destroy planet Earth. You know?
like, well, when
The
I
usual.
googled it, the synopsis thing, it was like the last line was, "Together they race against time to thwart an imminent Skrull invasion and save humanity." And I'm like, oh, those last two
I
words,
don't
save
need humanity
humanity.
saved.
Yeah,
How about
no,
just like
save
America?
New York again? Yeah, save America. Save North America. That's pretty big.
that's
You know?
Save
fine.
like northern Wyoming. Let's get really
Yeah.
granular.
Wherever Nick
Exactly.
Fury's from, save that city. But
Yeah,
I
goes
guess
back
so.
to his roots. But no, yeah, I hope it'll be a fun time.
I'm not above lukewarm. I'm like exactly lukewarm. I'm hopeful that by episode 2, 3, I'll be pretty into it. I'll be pretty into the mystery and the thriller elements of it. That's what I'm hoping. What is the runtime of these episodes? Do we got that?
I think the
info?
first two are like 52 and 54, so they are more like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah,
That's
they are
good.
like a 40 plus because you got those credits in there. That's always
Okay.
a good map. So like at least 40 plus.
That instantly gets me a bit more excited because if this,
Yeah.
I mean, not that I think it would be as quite as
21
short as
minutes.
She-Hulk, yeah, but I think that would not really work for the kind of tension that ideally the
Yeah.
show is gonna give you, and I think this one, more than maybe not any other Marvel show, but I think a good amount of them, is I feel like watching episode to episode and discussing with you guys, I think will be very fun in terms of like trying to crack the code of what's going on here.
Yeah,
There'll
I
be some
hope
mysteries
so.
and stuff like that. So hopefully it's a good time, but I'm not too excited yet. And I think part of that is that this is somewhat of a sequel to Captain Marvel, which is like one of my. I can go back to, I guess it's a Patreon thing to get our Marvel rankings. One of my lowest rated things is Captain Marvel, even though I'm very excited for the Marvels, but I think this kind of being a continuation of that, it's like I just don't rewatch that movie. I don't even know what's going on with the Skrulls in that. I'd have to rewatch it to like truly remember the plot points. I actually probably should watch some synopsis of that again to really remember who's a Skrull and all this timeline stuff. But yeah, hopefully I can get that excitement up pretty quick.
Fire up Captain Marvel. Watching that 3 times speed. Get the plot points there.
Kind of
think
sound
I'll-
like me a
I think
goth
I'll-
there.
Fire up that Captain Marvel. Oh, I love Captain Marvel. She's my favorite one. I can't wait to fight her. Taylor Field, well, how are you feeling with this show? Because you also had a shit-eating grins. I'm not sure if that's your feelings or
No, because I was doing something for another episode that we're going to be doing, like with the Chat GPT, and I just
yes.
something popped, and I just
That's
I had
just
to bite
Taylor's
my
whole life
tongue.
nowadays. He asks everything. He's like, how will I be as a father?
I had to bite my tongue because it just made me laugh because I feel like you guys are just going to laugh a lot.
Perfect. Yeah.
Anyways, tune into that episode.
Taylor would rather chat with a fucking bot on the episodes than talk to us. Come on, man. What's going
No,
on?
I apologize. I had to prepare something. It'll make sense later.
All right, Jigsaw.
Yeah, like seriously.
When you're talking, yeah. Amanda's always trying to get this information. Oh, you'll learn about that later. Like,
He's gonna
all right.
replace all his posters with just these like ChatGPT scripts, just like carved
That we
into the
can't
wall.
read.
murals everywhere. My excitement for this show, though, is definitely at the higher end of the spectrum, I'd say, because
Wow.
this has definitely got like that intrigue, that spy, and everything like that, and yeah, I am totally down for anything along those lines.
Black
You
Widow's
know.
on her bike again. She's back. She's alive.
She's a scroll.
Behind the scenes kind of like shady stuff going on. I am totally down for that kind of stuff, and I think just seeing Nick Fury kind of not be that Skrull version that we saw in No Way Home or Far From Home,
Far
sorry,
From
but
Home,
seeing
come on.
seeing an actual like the real Nick Fury back after his blip self. I'm really excited to see how he's going to be just kind of enduring the changes and not having his team. Me and Madison just watched Captain Marvel the other day, and I definitely liked it more
there
this
you go,
time than I
Dylan.
did watching it in theaters because I've only seen it the one time theatrically.
Yeah, you're a big
This is my
hater.
second
Ooh.
time seeing it, and I'm glad I did. I think it definitely is something I hope many people watch before going into Secret Invasion. Just kind of like refamiliarize yourself with that world and just what to, I guess, kind of brace yourself for what to expect.
I didn't see it
Yeah.
on your letterbox recently there. I saw Guardians.
I didn't
you
add it.
rewatched.
I didn't add it yet. I have to add it then.
Secret
'Cause it's like a
viewing
1
for the Secret
star.
Invasion.
Oh, I liked it better this time. Went from a half to 1 star. Well, let's open up, Taylor, because you got it out there, so see what you're working on. So, yes, we always do this and stuff like that. So, because the finale of Mandalorian started this. So, Taylor, what is, we're going to get our predictions. Because I got some, but not too many. But what is ChatGPT, what was the question you posed to it for the plot of the show or synopsis or whatever it is?
Write me a synopsis for a Marvel Secret Invasion that takes place a few years after Avengers Endgame. Includes some cinematic surprises that that yet executed in the MCU. I had a bit of a grammar mistake there, but ChatGPT still delivered, so it's okay.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. Title: Marvel's Secret Invasion, obviously. Synopsis.
Perfect. They nailed it.
They nailed the title, yeah. Years after the events of Avengers Endgame, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, faces a new and insidious threat. The Skrulls, a shape-shifting alien race previously seen in Captain Marvel, have infiltrated Earth, replacing key individuals in positions of power and influence. Their plan, to slowly dismantle human society and take control of the planet.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Seems right. Yeah, it seems like the show so far.
The movie opens with Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, detecting strange energy signatures on Earth. I guess it's doing a movie in this sense, I guess. Okay. It doesn't want to do a TV show, doesn't want to waste.
She is in Earth right now, right? Or, pre-Marvels. She's
Yep.
getting swapped there, so.
She signatures on Earth that she suspects to be Skrull related. She reaches out to Nick Fury, who has been operating from a hidden shield outpost. Fury has been tracking Skrull activities and assembling a team of trusted individuals who are aware of the alien threat. Fury's always assembling those teams.
Yes.
That's what he likes to do. As Fury's team investigates further, they uncover evidence of a Skrull queen named Veranke, Veranke. Is that familiar to you, Travis?
Kinda, but not really. Like, not enough to confidently pronounce it.
Who is orchestrating the invasion. Veranke possesses the ability to mimic not just appearance, but also superhuman powers, making her an extremely dangerous adversary.
Super Skrull.
The team realizes that Veranke's plans to replace a number of powerful heroes and government officials, ensuring complete control over Earth. With the heroes divided and uncertain whom to trust, an intense game of cat and mouse ensues. Spider-Man and Ironheart find themselves in a thrilling showdown with the Skrull imposter posing as Doctor Strange.
This is Tom's
Big
next
budget.
appearance. Yeah. Remember, he has one more MCU appearance. He's going to be in the show. Okay, cool.
While Captain Marvel and Nick Fury battle Skrull agents in an attempt to locate Veranke's secret base, things build to an explosive climax as the heroes discover Veranke's hidden lair and engage in an all-out battle against the Skrulls. Iron Man's AI, based on Tony Stark's personality, is reactivated and helps guide the team.
Oh, no.
That's wild. An AI writing a script with an AI character.
Like, you gotta make sure you get this in there. So Downey's back.
Highest
Cool.
build actor.
Yeah, Downey.
Providing crucial information and tactical support. In a surprising twist, Tony Stark himself is revealed to have been in hiding, having faked his death.
That's a pretty hard death to fake. Wow. You got to give him credit on that one.
So does that mean in the Endgame final battle that he like switched places with a Skrull? Is that
It was
what
all
they're
in
saying?
animation. Like he just created an illusion with his barf tech from Mysterio. That was
Oh, that. I was saying
Barf
that he just
tech.
tagged out and he's like, you go do the battle. I'll be here. So he's still with Pot somewhere. He's at the funeral, like watching in the background, like, who showed up? You
Yeah.
know? Okay, so he faked his death. Cool.
Having faked his death during the events of Avengers Endgame to better combat the Skrull threat. So he knew in advance.
He wasn't even worried about Thanos. He's like, you guys go deal with this. I gotta go deal with the Skrulls. Man, this show's gonna be huge. It's gonna ruin Endgame though, but
Okay, so the final act delivers heart-pounding action sequences as the heroes confront Veranke and her loyal Skrull army. The battle rages across cities, skies, and even deep underground. It becomes a race against time as Veranke prepares a doomsday device intending to wipe out humanity if her invasion fails.
oh, that's just like the synopsis.
Yeah, humanity. Gotta save humanity.
So you know Veranka's gonna have a bomb in the show. Okay.
Through their combined efforts, including the strategic leadership of Nick Fury, the heroic determination of Captain Marvel, Spider-Man's ingenuity, Ironheart's technological brilliance, and the unexpected return of Iron Man, the heroes managed to thwart Veranke's plans and expose the Skrulls to the world.
I like that all of them have like a power, and Tony's just like unexpected surprise. Like that really throws the Skrulls off so
Surprise.
much. Yeah, that they can't win this. Like, oh, Tony's back. Okay, continue.
Like how it's like,
I guess
it's like thanks to this one power from this character and this character and this character.
I mean, it kind of makes like he doesn't actually have a power though, right? Like if he's suitless, then there's
True.
nothing that the Skrulls can replicate.
What's he doing? He's just standing there, just like giving his knowledge out, I guess.
Surprising
Coaching
people.
Ironheart. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just boosting the
Surprise,
morale.
motherfucker.
Tactician.
Let's fight harder.
In the aftermath, the world is left grappling with the revelation that trusted figures have been replaced by shape-shifting aliens. The heroes are celebrated for their bravery and unity in the face of this unprecedented threat. The movie again ends with a hint that the Skrulls, led by Talos and his family, are now working with Earth's heroes to protect the planet from future intergalactic dangers. Marvel's Secret Invasion is a thrilling and visual stunning experience that expands the MCU by delving into the intricate web of conspiracy, trust, and heroism. It brings together beloved characters while introducing new faces who must overcome their differences to save humanity from an enemy that can be anyone. And we got a post-credit scene.
First of all, there was no new faces in that synopsis they gave us. Strange, Spider-Man, Ironheart, Tony.
Just
but
Tony
I would
again.
Veronica.
Yeah, Veronica, right. I would love to live in a world where, like, episode 5 of Secret Invasion, they revealed that Downey's back, and that was just a fake. That, like just to see what the reaction would be like. That you would see so many of the MCU's dead posts, like, oh my, like, not even the
At
movie,
work
not
the
even
next
Secret
day.
Force.
Hey, did you see Secret Invasion last night?
What?
What's
Downey's
up?
coming back to this show. It's watched by like under a mil people or something like that. All right, so Taylor, what's the post-credit scene? Is it a shadowy figure?
The screen fades into a dimly lit room.
Always a dimly
So
lit
it
room.
fades, but it comes back still to a dimly lit room.
Fades into a dimly lit room.
Didn't fully fade.
Revealing a man in a wheelchair facing away from the camera. As the camera slowly moves closer, the audience recognizes the man as Charles Xavier.
Yes.
It was the best show ever.
They brought back Tony and Xavier.
Xavier in like 1 year he pops up twice. Good for him.
Yeah.
He's just like, watch my show on Disney Plus this January. All right, what is he doing? What's he doing?
The founder of the X-Men, he turns his head slightly, his eyes shining with a mixture of concern and determination. Suddenly, a holographic image materializes in front of Xavier, depicting the Skrull invasion and its aftermath. The voice of Nick Fury echoes through the room, explaining the events that unfolded and the hero's successful defeat of Veronica.
Where were you?
Recaps the movie.
Yeah, it's the worst post credit.
It's like 20 minutes long, too. And then they did this, and then
Yeah.
Tony came back.
Tony's back.
Xavier nods, his expression deepening with a sense of purpose. So it has begun, he says in a calm yet determined tone. The camera pans to a corner of the room where a wheelchair-bound Eric Lenshier, known as Magneto,
He's got him like Jigsaw? He's bound to the wheelchair?
Which Magneto do you guys think it is? Ian McKellen?
It's gotta be Ian. He's like, I'll come
gotta be
back, but
Ian.
I don't want to walk.
wheelchair-bound.
I don't want to walk. Okay, what's he doing?
Where known as Magneto sits, his magnetic powers subtly manipulate nearby metal objects, reflecting the turmoil within him.
I'm angry, Charles. I'm angry.
Let me reflect it with my power.
Stop it. Stop it.
Remember, it's all in a dimly lit room. As
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So you can barely see what's going on
happening.
anyway.
Yeah.
Is he moving metal around? What the fuck is he doing?
No, he's just reflecting his inner torment.
Yeah.
Xavier and Magneto exchange a knowing look. Their shared history and understanding of the world's mutants weighing heavily upon them. They both understand that the Skrull invasion is just the beginning of a new era of threats, and that the mutants will play a crucial role in defending Earth.
Mm-hmm.
The scene ends with Xavier and Magneto silently contemplating the challenges that lie ahead, hinting at the impending arrival of the X-Men into the MCU and setting the stage for future mutant-centric stories.
Silently, so they're not talking. They're just sitting there and like they're thinking about something, but we, the audience, don't know what they're thinking about.
Can't even see anything, let alone hear anything.
we're gotta look at the metal to know what he's feeling, you know. Hey, it's not that part's not a terrible post-credit scene, and a different thing of just like revealing Charles and Eric and being like, hey, they gotta do something. But that was great. Is that it there, Taylor?
That was great.
That's it. Yeah. So you're gonna get Tony Stark back. You're gonna get Spider-Man, Ironheart, fake Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel.
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen.
Yeah, that's huge. Secret Invasion is gonna be massive, you know. So
Seen by
let's
less than 1 million people.
yeah, let's start there because also that's what the chat thought. What do we know? Rhodey's in this as War Machine, and like there's Talos, we know Amelia Clark. I don't know if anyone else is confirmed, but do you see any other MC? Oh, Everett Ross, right? He's in there.
And Maria Hill. That's
Yeah,
right.
Maria Hill. Yeah, good shout out. Yeah. So, do you guys see anybody else, whether they have a role or a cameo happening in any 6 of these episodes? And don't include end credits because we'll do like an end credits prediction separately. But yeah, anybody else popping up in the show where we think this is we've expanded our MCU characters?
Are we
enough?
talking the actual character or like a scroll version of that character?
Either, I guess. If it's gonna be a scroll, then either. Yeah, we can kind of tie that into who we think could be a scroll too, because I don't have too much for that, but.
I think we might get Coulson. Coulson as a scroll, obviously.
Ooh, yeah.
That could be interesting.
Yeah,
Kind of
he
tied
was-
in with those characters. Could use that to fuck with Nick Fury and Maria Hill a little bit.
So is it a thing that this Coulson is a scroll, or was the original Coulson a scroll?
I think this is just a scroll. I don't know what the situation would be in which they'd want to just cruelly, talk to this guy as like, I'm your previous friend,
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't really thought this through clearly, but I don't think the original Coulson was. No, this is just a scroll who's appearing as him. And
I'd hope not. Yeah.
mind fucking.
Well, no,
Nick Fury.
I like Coulson. Yeah, Coulson somewhere. I could see that happening because the title show. I would just, and that's what the comics did. And that's why it's very controversial. Like, I would hate it if they were, because that Avengers ship does go down, right? So you could just say, oh, like, yeah, it was Coulson and the body was a Skrull, and then by the time you get to the body, it's dead. I don't really want that. Agent of Shield's happened. I don't know if that's even canon or whatnot, but I don't think seeing Cole, even if there's like a flashback too, because I think that could happen. Because obviously he was in the 90s and stuff. So I don't think there's another realm possibility a Coulson appearance. So I'm with you on that one. My only
good.
one that go ahead.
I was just gonna throw out the new Captain America.
That's what I was gonna throw out. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Especially just, I don't know, like we are approaching that release dates to just kind of get us familiar again with this character that we're going to be seeing as our main Captain
Are we
America.
approaching it?
It's coming eventually.
sorry, unrelated to
Freshly delayed.
not a scroll or not revealing he was a scroll. You're just saying that he's going to just be in the movie to.
I
something
feel like I
cool.
could see either way happening. If I had to pick one or the other, I would say scroll version. But I mean, he hasn't really interacted with like the other characters, like the actual Captain America,
Yeah.
since he's been Captain America. So I think that would be really cool to just meet him here and interact there. But it could also be really good, twist if it is a scroll version because they think that they can trust him, obviously. But not today.
Did him and Fury ever meet? Not on screen, right?
Like as Cap or just
Not
in
the
general?
new suit.
Just in general. I can't picture. A
You
scene.
might be right that they've never had because in Ultron,
He was a
Fury
post-
was hanging out. He was just sneaking around fucking Barden's house, like hanging out in his shed, and then yeah, I don't think they've
Love that
ever.
movie.
I don't think they've ever had a scene together, to be honest. Because yeah,
Do they timeline wise? Would they have known each other?
oh shit, we're completely fucking forgetting Winter Soldier, where they talk a bunch, or they're all in a bunch of scenes together. It's them taking down like bad Shield, like Hydra Shield, and they like
Wait,
they
Nick
find
Fury's in that show?
in Winter Soldier. Yeah, he's in the movie. Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that
like, save his
vehicle
life, right?
assault? Remember he has,
And he
like, the
fakes his
minigun?
death. Yeah, he minigun. He has a lightsaber, and he fakes his
Just
death.
fucks everyone
Fakes his
up.
death because the Skrulls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He clutches a one-man versus 50. It was epic.
100%. He saved him. Yeah, and then like near the end of the film, it's revealed he's alive. So it's like him, Cap, Sam, and Widow. They all like create a plan to take down Hydra and stuff. So they have had a mission together at least. So the reason I thought might happen is because we got Rhodes in Winter Soldier. So maybe you could make the argument. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you make the argument that Cap is going to be an Armor Wars to replay the favorite. But I just feel like it fits in that sort of, I don't know, more, I know I'm going to say realistic, but obviously it's aliens, but they're pitching this like a more grounded, gritty Marvel show, right? And I feel like Captain America fits there. I would love it if they could get one actor, whether it is him or somebody else. I would like it if they revealed they were a Skrull, but in the sense of, let's say you get a mission, right? And the episode ends with like a character hero we know showing up, like, oh, great. But then the next episode they reveal that's a Skrull. To me, that's more fun opposed to like, hey, Sam has been a Skrull since Winter Soldier. Like, I don't want that. I don't want some character that's had a bunch of development be like, yeah, it's all gone. It's happened before, and I don't like that. So whether it's them, I don't know who else, because again, we don't even know who's on the Avengers right now, if it's a team, what it is. Like, because I thought like Hawkeye, but I don't think Renner would have filmed anything, and I think he would have been done. So I would like that, and maybe you could get that where they think Cap's here for a mission, and there you go. Maybe Fury, he's met Sam before, maybe he starts to pick up on some things like, hey, this isn't the guy, and then they make a turn, because I know they're gonna do that a lot with like the agents or like Everett Ross, like, but I like I'm not gonna care. Like I said, I'm not gonna care at all. That's the issue I always have with Skrulls, right? They could take someone like Martin Freeman, make him a Skrull, and go, oh, I don't care at all, or they take someone big and they go, oh, I care too much because I dislike this. So that's why with Skrulls I'm never like in love with that idea. So yeah, I really don't know. The other thing I would really, really like is they did this, one day we'll retro this, in Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, where there was a season 1 of that show, and the season finale cliffhanger was a Skrull took out Captain America. So for the first half of season 2, the viewers knew he was a Skrull. I would love the show ended that way, where we get to see someone with Skrull from here on out, instead of, like I said, Nick Fury's been a Skrull since the beginning. So and I don't think they'll do that with
Who's a good
Sam.
candidate for that? Definitely not Sam.
Not saying his whole movie he's that. I'd have to look at what we got Deadpool.
What about Rhodey? What is his storyline going forward? That could be kind of.
It could be Rhodey, or like I feel like a Thunderbolts member, like someone that's gonna pop up there could be a good member, because you could kind of reveal that in the movie. Or or probably it could be somebody in the Marvels. I don't think it's gonna be one of the 3, but maybe there's some character there. Even that, I would love that if like Monica Rambeau was revealed to be a Skrull. Maybe in the first act they like suss that out. I don't know.
It's Nick Fury again.
Yeah, that's my that's completely my worry though. Is that it would just be Fury again, So
Did you mention, you're rolling off names earlier? I can't remember if you said Valentina, because I feel like she could probably be in Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you think she'd
That's
be a
a
Skrull?
Thunderbolts character too.
I don't know, because
Thunderbolts,
like
yeah.
she's got
The tie
that
with
pre-existing relationship with
Ex-wife.
Agent
Yeah,
Ross.
so there's that. But I do think
That's-
that for anyone that wants to like kind of gather some heroes for their own kind of MO, a bad Skrull would fit that bill. And that could
True.
be-
Yeah,
That's a
that's
really
true.
good point, man. I feel like a Skrull making this team of Thunderbolts characters, even if we've talked about they're maybe not the most powerful heroes in the world, but they could, you could level them up. You could get some new members on the team, but that does seem like a prime candidate for that.
And the rumors of the Thunderbolts plot is that they're going after adamantium, so that would make sense of like, they might be smaller, but you get Bucky with the adamantium arm, even better
What's the evil scroll that ChatGPT was talking about? That's probably her.
Veranka.
Yeah, maybe. But
Veranka.
those ones they do exist. There
Val
are
is actually short for Veranka.
yeah.
The
The
L
R
is
silent. Yeah, damn it. We got there. But like, what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, there is super Skrulls, which they've shown the trailers, like Skrulls with like major powers and stuff. So there's like certain leaders that it's funny that Fox had the rights to the Super Skrulls, but I think Marvel had the rights to just the Skrull. So, but now they own them all, so it's all good.
Pretty good
But
card in Snap too, of course.
the Super Skrulls. Yeah. Well, it's funny because originally in Dark Phoenix they were supposed to be Skrulls, but that got pulled away and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I think that's a fun one. I'll say Taylor's not correct in the Val thing. I think they're gonna want her to be her own person, but that's why she got divorced, everything, because the Skrull took over and she couldn't be a Ross. But I feel like to me, like Ross
Skrull
is,
didn't understand love.
Yeah.
Couldn't
You
work.
left so abruptly.
I don't know why. I just think Martin
You
Freeman's a good
changed.
candidate, and I go with that theory too of like, and the reason why I think you could get some sort of Sam appearance is I do think this is going to be the reason why Thunderbolt Ross is president. I think not a character we know, but I think whoever is the president right now is going to be a Skrull, and that's why the world's going to turn to Thunderbolt Ross of like a guy that's been a little shady, but if you can prove you're not a Skrull and you're American and you're with us, then okay, cue Harrison Ford, right? So, yeah. But like I said, I don't know. I don't. That's fine if no one big is that. I think I'm more down just for the espionage thriller of it, and sleeper agents that are Skrulls. I don't need somebody big like. And even then, like I said, who's around right now? Like the Guardians, obviously, it's not going to be any of them. It's not going to be, I don't think, anyone from Wakanda because they're off by themselves. It's like, I wouldn't see it being Pugh's character. Like, I just don't think there's anybody that really sets us up for that thing. And that's another reason why I'm just not excited for Secret Invasion, because I feel like it's happening at an odd point right now. This Skrull invasion, it feels like it either should have been earlier or maybe hold it to later. But
It's like the Black Widow thing.
yeah,
Just
kind
out
of.
of time.
Yeah, kind of. And I don't know when to do it, or maybe not do it at all. But yeah. Anybody else? Cameos or anybody you think's going to be invaded, scrawled?
I feel like I don't really think we'll see any big MCU. Like I don't.
What
Is
about
Captain Marvel? Is that another surprise appearance for her? Like not 2 shows in a row, but or maybe it is 2 shows. Oh, She-Hulk. So yeah, Miss Marvel like appearing there and then appearing here.
Well, let's tie that in then with the end credits, because I think the end credits is something with the Marvels. I think 100%, because that is the next well, no, it is the next, because Loki got pushed to
Yeah.
the fall. So
But
the
you
next
wouldn't
project,
have that be a Captain Marvel thing, because isn't that set up for Miss Marvel like kind of perfect?
no, you could do it where if Fury's on Earth, maybe Carol goes seek. Well, I don't know though, because right in the trailer, Fury's in space and he's like Rambo, and then like
And
Kamala Khan's like,
something
it's
like
me.
that feels like a plot point you need in that movie rather
Yeah.
than hidden away in the post credit of a TV show that less than 1 million people are going to watch, as we talked about.
I was gonna say maybe we forgot this. Maybe it ties to. Yeah, I feel like this could be it. Monica Rambeau could be a good candidate for being in the show, because remember in WandaVision, the end credit was a Skrull like recruiting her, right? And that would make sense if like Captain Marvel, we've seen this trailer, or the Marvels, he's in space on a mission with Monica Rambeau. That could be either with an end credit or she being an actual character here. I think that's a good bet. So I'll say the end credit's something to do with those two, I think.
Yeah, I'm almost feeling like she should have had a bigger role in the show, in which case, if she did, I think, they would have marketed it. She's in the show. It'd get you excited and stuff. But if it's just a cameo or just a 1-episode thing, I guess you could still do some nice setup there. We're talking about these episodes are quite long. I don't think anything's leaked like that with that actress.
I don't think so, no.
Being on set or anything like that. But obviously, post credits, those are. I mean, Captain Marvel. How long did it take Brie Larson to film her being confused, walking out of a closet in Miss Marvel's bedroom? Like that probably took 10 minutes. And
that was Brie Larson's bedroom,
$7 million for that too.
Yeah, really easy. Yeah. Okay, I thought someone was saying something. There you go. Yeah. Other than that, Superman Mike says I'm looking forward to seeing Amelia Clark in something again. Yeah, I am too. I like her career. It's very hit or miss for me because I like a lot of the projects. I always like her, but some projects aren't the greatest that I can't return back to. But yeah, she's playing the daughter of Talos, and that'll be fun. And I'm excited for that. I was gonna say something else, but I'll say that in a second.
I am excited to see her. I drafted her character on my list. I'm getting the vibe that she's gonna die in the show, though.
Oh, really?
And
I think your dad's gonna die
from the points perspective. But there's some I don't know. I don't know anything about the character. I honestly don't even know too much about this show going into it. I'm just getting that vibe for some reason. I feel like she might be a MCU one and done kind of actor. Yeah, I don't know. I hope not, but.
Yeah, I'd be sad if that happened, or what you said, Travis, her father passing away, because I really like the character of Talos. I feel like he's not a major character, but like when he is on screen interacting with Nick Fury, I don't know. I really like Ben Mendelsohn. Is that his name? Yeah, I like him as an actor, and just his like one-liners and the humor around Talos is just something that I feel like I'll always enjoy. So if he goes. I mean, hopefully it would get an emotional response out of me if it does go that route, and then I'll maybe boost my overall feel of the movie, of the show. ChatGPT got me thinking it's a movie now.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna show your emotions with some metal.
No, I'm gonna
Silently.
reflect them in internal, so you guys don't see them. And I'm gonna dim all my lights so you don't see my tears.
But like a movie, Captain Marvel with Nick Fury, and then maybe like 5 to 6 episodes. That's a good little run for Talos, I think. Like I think Talos for me is prime suspect number 1 for getting killed. Obviously, Nick Fury's not dying because he's in the trailer for the Marvels. So, and Amelia Clark, it's tough. It's like I agree that maybe if she just wanted to do it once, maybe she's one and done. I have a hard time believing if she was game to do more that they would kill her off just in a TV show and that's it. So I think it all depends on her. But I think Talos is, I think he's going to bite it, at some point.
I guess I just feel like her character. So, sorry, what is her, like, who is she?
She's the daughter. So Ben Mendelsohn, the main Skrull from Captain Marvel, who ended up being the good one and stuff, that he poses as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's his, Amelia Clark is his daughter.
So I'm trying to think of some way that there could be a plot twist around her being, like, the bad guy. She could be the Veronke or whatever the
could
fuck
be.
And end up being needing to get killed or something like that. But if she's already a Skrull, I don't know. That's just that my brain can't compute that kind of thing.
She could be the evil Skrull, right? Like, because like
Yeah.
her dad could be on the side, like wanting to work with humans, and then clearly, clearly, this trailer shows there's Skrulls that don't want to, right? And like the idea, is seemingly, because I think they've said this in an interview where Captain Marvel, Nick Fury's pitch was like, "Hey, all of you come with me. I'm gonna find you a new home." And I guess the Skrulls were like pissed that like it's been 30 decades or 3 decades, not 30 decades, 3 decades, and they're still just stuck on Earth.
waiting.
Yeah. I did my time, 30 decades of it. But like, I guess like, they've just been told, hey, you just got to hang on Earth while I figure out. And he also got snapped and, Avengers and Ultron and all this stuff happened. But I could see that. Yeah, maybe she gets killed because she's on the bad side of the antagonistic side of the Skrulls that are, not want to work with the humans. So I could see that. So, Taylor, you think anyone's biting the dust in this? Anyone that
I think
we know?
Talos could. I got Rhodes. I was gonna call him Rhodey. Rhodes on my draft list, so I'm glad that
I thought
hopefully.
you said
that
he was going to
he's-
die in this show.
Yeah,
No, no,
me
no.
too.
Don't think
No,
that's-
I like.
What's
Taking his
Armor
legs
Wars
again.
then?
Well, that's just it. Like I know he's safe in there for sure.
It's
And I
him
wrote
too.
that like
Arms this
won't
time.
die. I specifically won't die until after Armor Wars, save for at least 2 projects.
They're
So
like-
he's gonna be Iron.
What if that's
too.
why Armor Wars is so exciting? Is because that whole time he's actually been a Skrull because he died in this show.
Oh God. Or you're saying
that
like
pitch that you had, Travis, of like going forward, they do that Captain America.
so you're saying
Mighty Serious
Armor
thing.
Wars is Rhodes but as a Skrull?
That would be that.
Wow.
I would. That would get butts and seats. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, mate. It'd be to me risky making a whole movie about that unless the movie is Rhodes trying to take down.
Written and directed by Tarantino. Though.
True, right? Yeah.
With Mia Goth.
No,
in it.
No,
get
Goth as Blade.
give me Ari Aster on that one. The Skrullness, he could do some fun like Rhodey versus Rhodes. But yeah,
Oh, that'd
I
be
mean,
such a fucked up movie.
I wonder if it could be the other way though, that for somehow we were revealed the past little while Rhodes has been a Skrull, and then Armor Wars is like this is the real Rhodes, and he's here and stuff, and it's Terrence
He actually
Howard.
died in Civil War, and since then.
Oh
he's been-
yeah, from the crash, right? He didn't just
Yeah.
lose his legs; he lost his life. Yeah. Well, actually, no, he didn't because
They
he needs to
only
be alive
saved
for
his
Armor
legs.
Wars.
They only saved his legs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like I said, I just don't know that it's such a risk, right? When you do these reveals, how is the audience gonna feel? Are they gonna feel like it's like a cheap gimmick? I don't know. It's interesting, but
I feel like the more we talk about the scroll aspect, the more issues I can see
Yeah, oh, yeah.
arising out of it. So it's like, yeah, okay. Well,
don't
hopefully,
do any of that.
hopefully they're not just saving humanity. Hopefully it's smaller than that. But it seems like that's what we're getting.
I guess it'll be a conversation for another day. Just looking at my draft list, it made me realize with the delays that
You've already lost. Okay, Kirkland won.
No,
up.
Kirkland's
No,
points
I'm-
are deleted. Remember,
No.
they're depending a
Controversial
trial.
points.
Depending
I'm
a trial.
referring- I'm referring
Deflate
to-
all over again.
to next year with everything kind of being pushed out, it'll be. I guess we could still do one, but like.
Oh, yeah, we got
everything's
Next
very
year's
animated.
limited.
good. Next year's good.
Oh,
Next year's got like
animated,
7
that's
shows.
true.
We got
7
3
projects.
movies, and we got Deadpool, or so we got X-Men.
Echo, Agatha.
No, Echo's this
Ironheart.
year. Remember Echo? They're doing the whole all-day binge drop.
Oh yeah,
I totally forgot about that. When's
Which
that?
in November, which I'm still like, why aren't you saving
That might
this
have been
for
announced when I was
next
away.
year?
I feel like this is the first
That's
time
like-
I'm hearing about
It's
that.
November 25th.
Yeah, because I
isn't it?
tagged
Yeah.
you. Because I'm just still so pissed about. They're dropping on binge, and they're not even dropping it on the Friday. They're dropping it on a Wednesday. I don't understand what happened to Kirkland.
There's some yelping going on there.
It's a scroll. He's a scroll. Yeah.
Hopefully it was his dog and not
Yeah,
something
not-
else.
Oh, it's a Shay clone number 80.
She's choking on a kebab or something.
This clone yelps.
Jesus.
She walks out of her chamber and just like,
Oh yeah, okay.
Can you-
so,
Another
can you
defective
speak for me?
clone.
Yeah.
okay, so we have. I'm getting back to on track. X-Men. What if Agatha and
Zombies is
or
around.
Ironheart.
Right, Ironheart. That's the other one. And then
Yeah.
you got Zombies and What If that are like kicking, or no, sorry, Zombies and Spider-Man freshman year, which are like kicking around as like a
Yeah.
What If they're around. So okay, so yeah, we at least I would say get like
Big year tomorrow.
6
to next
projects
year. Yeah.
next year.
Really
Yeah,
soak it in, everyone. When we finally get there, really appreciate every month because we're gonna get to 2025. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a desert, but
Yeah, and then don't forget too this, and next year we also got Madam Web, which I know it's not MCU, but you know you got
Oh, I'm
that.
very excited for that.
Yeah, but
And they start filming that wrestler Spider-Man villain.
The rumor is August 9th. Well, I don't know. The rumor was it was canceled, but then it came out like, no, they're filming August 9th. So we might get El Muerto.
There we go.
So we'll,
What is
we'll
that?
see there. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Spider-Man villain that I think he's only been in one comic. He's a yeah, he's a
More than I've been
wrestler.
in.
He's a wrestler, and he's gonna be played by Bad Bunny. So
Who's Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny's like one of the like he had the most plays on Spotify last year. He's a very famous Spanish pop artist.
Is that his given name at birth? Bad
Yeah.
Yes, Bad Bunny. He's Mr.
One word.
Bunny. Yeah, he
From the
was the
Bunny
wolf in Bullet Train. Remember the guy with the wedding and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the
Obviously.
greatest celebrity turned wrestler, fantastic wrestler as well. So he's big into the wrestling. He's been WWE, so like I feel like that's why it is. It sounds like another Sony shit project and stuff like that. So yeah, good times.
Get excited, everyone.
Yeah, El Muerto. One of the only things we're going to review next year. But I was gonna say something about the Skrulls and stuff like that. But oh no, that's just
Odessa.
Echo. Yeah, Echo is dropping Wednesday, all 6 episodes or something like that. So it's back. That's why maybe you were traveling some because I think I tagged him like, oh, we're back to the Netflix ways. But we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna take our time. We'll probably review it on the weekend or something. But again, I don't know why they're not dropping on the Friday. Like they're dropping Loki on Fridays, like weekly. And then Echo's dropping on Wednesday. Drop it on Friday so people have the weekend to watch it. But, whatever. I feel like they don't care about this show.
Yeah, that's a weird play. We'll see how it works for them.
Yeah. Anything else? We talked about the deaths, talked about the end credit scenes, we talked about cameos, we talked about scroll reveals. Anything else we want to throw out here before we end this puppy?
But just where it lies amongst the other MCU shows,
Like quality-wise?
numbers wise. Do we normally do
Oh,
that
numbers-wise. Yeah.
for Loki's top dog, and then
I do think it's going to be low end of things.
Me
is
too.
The vibe I'm getting. Like, I'm
Lower
going to say
than Miss
bottom
Marvel?
3.
No.
Bottom 3 Marvel shows. I need to look up the numbers because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm going to say it's bottom 3.
I could agree with that. I think it won't be Miss Marvel because I think at least Sam Jackson brings in people. You do have
Yeah.
him, But I think Dylan's right that I have to look at the numbers, but like a bottom 3 would seem about right. I just don't think the Skrulls is pulling people in. I think people, love Sam Jackson, but I don't know how much they love Nick Fury, and it's a bunch of other newer characters. Like I know we remember Talos, but go on the street and ask people who Talos is, and they don't fucking know. They're like, oh, Ben Mendelsohn, like who? Like the guy, like he played Krennic and Road One, who? Like these all like Amelia Clark, like Amelia Clark a bit, but yeah, I think.
I feel like a lot of people. Yeah, she's a big deal, but I don't know if she's a big deal enough to like. I got to
Check
get a
out.
Disney Plus subscription if I don't
Yeah.
have one already. you know?
Yeah. Let me take a look here.
yeah, I
I
would
feel
agree
like,
with you.
Whatever, what's it called Game of Thrones, freaking huge, but maybe that was a
GOT.
few years ago now. I don't know.
It's a decade ago now. I think it was like what 2007.
Oh, but it ended like
Not 2007. That's a little.
2008. So it's gotta be
No.
around there.
It was
that's
not
like when
out.
That's my
BioShock
final
came out.
answer.
I don't think BioShock.
Game of Thrones
and
wasn't
Game
out
of
the same
Thrones-
year as Dark Knight. What are you talking about here, Kirkland? You're
Let's see.
you're all off. It's like 2012, 13. I'm gonna go with 2013. Dun 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 dun. dun
Were you in high
dun,
school
dun,
when that
dun,
show was
dun.
coming out?
2011. There you go.
Okay, there you go. I just graduated. I was so.
Crazy.
Let's see. Most watched series reveal. Okay. Oh no, I was just doing this again. I was trying to find like a graph of all of them and stuff like that.
I was gonna say I would agree with you guys, but I really hope that there's something that has like that Andor effect where like right now Andor is my favorite Disney Plus content that I've seen. So I
Damn.
hope that and I never would have guessed that. I probably would have been assuming that would be bottom 3, but hopefully it goes the same route with this. Not expecting major things. So
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Taylor?
Sorry, my wife was just getting back here. What was the question again?
Getting more from
Put down
where?
more posters.
Tired of this shit. Where do you think it's gonna rank like among like viewership for the MCU shows? Yeah. Okay, I think I got it here for this. Probably is like just the premieres. Okay, so let's see, or an average. Who knows? So I don't know what this is. Number of viewers, Disney Plus series. Okay, so here's the premiere. So let's just even go premiere wise. Loki 2.5 million, Falcon Winter Soldier and Moon Knight tie for 1.8 at second, WandaVision 1.6, Hawkeye and She-Hulk 1.5, and then 0.78 for Miss Marvel. So
Fuck, Miss Marvel. Oh my God. Every time I hear those numbers again, I'm just like,
not
whoa.
good. I wonder if Sam Jackson could at least pull a WandaVision, like if it, because it's tough. The bottom three, or sorry, like the other than Miss Marvel, it's 1.6 and 1.5. So it's just a question of, is Secret Invasion lower than a 1.5? And I feel like it could maybe get there for episode 1. I don't know about those, but I'll still take the under, like a 1.43.
Yeah,
It's
you know, I was
cracking a
gonna
million.
I was
at
gonna
least.
say cracking a million. I was gonna say too that I just have the general perspective right now that the MCU hype's like kind of low, like we're on a downswing.
Yeah.
But then like Guardians 3 I think is at like 800 million already. So I don't think that's
Yeah.
actually true at all. Like I don't know why I feel that way.
Or is that a Guardians thing though? Is that like maybe I feel like it's like people, they're tired of Marvel in the sense of they won't see everything Marvel now. They're a bit more picky and choosy. Where the Guardians like, oh, I love the Guardians. Where people like, do they love Nick Fury and I don't think so. I think he should have died a bit ago.
People
He
love
kinda
Sam
lost the light.
Jackson though. Can't
That's
skip
the
it.
thing,
go-
right? People do love Sam Jackson.
I'll go 1.256.
1.256. Okay.
I'll be an optimist here. I'll go 1.5.
1.5. So a tie, three-way tie for
Yeah.
second last.
Three-way. 1.501 maybe.
Okay. So Dylan, you're 1.2, right? You said
256.
256 specifically. Okay, I'm a 1.4. Kirkland's 1.5. Taylor, where are you? And we're not doing Prices Right rules.
WandaVision was 1.3.
6.
1.6. Okay.
Don't take those 3 points away from it.
I don't think it's gonna be WandaVision. I think it's gonna be like nestled nicely under there. It's definitely gonna break a million for sure.
Nestled nicely. under
That's
the
like
tree.
that's what they're hoping for. Yeah, our
Nestled
latest
nicely.
project nestled nicely under
Let's just
WandaVision.
nestle that nicely right there.
Nestled safely under our tree.
Was 1,400 taken? Or
You think it's good 1,400 viewers?
1.4.
And Marvel's
one
really
four.
It's
did.
not taken, Taylor. No. You can go with that.
1,400 people in a week watch the premiere of Secret Invasion. It's over. James Gunn's DC has
It's
already
over.
won.
Yeah.
Just reboot the whole fucking thing. If 1,400 people tune into Secret
Yeah, my
Invasion.
review
would
might
just
get
pull
more
it.
viewership than
They
the
would just pull
premiere.
it. Yeah, they pull it off Disney.
Literally, our reviews would pull like that's our. So you were saying 1.4 is what you're saying. Taylor.
That's the one right there.
I have 1.4, so you
Oh,
could.
you have 1.4? Oh, well,
Yeah,
I thought you had 1.5.
it's fine. We can
That's
do it.
That's
We,
me.
it's fine. We can share. It's not price
share
right
it,
rules. Yeah.
No, you do something slightly different.
Okay, I can. I'll
0.39.
take
I
1.
can, I'll go up to 1.5.
Okay, sure. You can do that.
No,
Do
you
you think
can.
that's
That's fine.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I'll take 1.3 if you don't 1.3. It's not that.
That's close to Dylan's though, isn't it? You're like,
But he's
No,
1.265 or
Yeah,
whatever.
oh
Yeah.
shit.
So I'm. You can choose. You want 1.3 or 1.4?
I'll take the 1.3. You
Okay.
earned your place.
I earned my place. I
At
nestled in there.
1,300.
Nestled nicely.
Nestled with
1300.
my 13. Oh, like we, actually, that's
Well,
like
100 less than
5
last
minutes,
time.
they've already dropped 100 viewers.
Yeah. Imagine that. They're like all bummed about 1,400, and some guy runs in like, hey, I got the numbers. They're like, oh, of course, we knew those were fake numbers. it's actually 13.
He's like, I hate to break it to you, but it's nestled nicely, quite closely to the GeekVerse numbers for the downloads.
We were actually 100 people down from the estimates. Those are pretty accurate.
Those estimates are shit.
You're out,
And then the
Jordan.
next week they just binge drop the rest of Secret Invasion. Like, fuck it, just binge drop everything.
They drop Echo 2 and
Yeah.
like Ironheart, everything.
And honestly, to me, if unless the trailers, which I think they would do, Echo, I could have seen it being under Miss Marvel, that 1.7. I could see that. Even though I think the
Yeah.
trailers this will go around, I think they would show off Kingpin and Daredevil to get. And we've talked about this on that newscast. Yeah, I think Dylan, you were away where because it's a binge style, they can probably do that now because when I tune in on a Wednesday, I'll get to see all those characters. It's not like Daredevil where it's like each week, like where is he? Where is he? So maybe that's what I would say. Without those people in the trailer, I'd say do worse than Miss Marvel. With them in a trailer, I think they would at least get to the Miss Marvel numbers because you got at least some established actors and stuff. But I'm very curious to see how Loki season 2 does because obviously that's the king. But like, do people come back? Are they done with it? Is there less or more hype? They're not going to be showing Kang in any of these. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Even if there was no controversy with the majors, it's like Ant-Man did like poorly for them. So I don't think Kang is like the ratings guy that they thought, right? Like I don't think it's not like to me if they had Thanos in a show, big man, people are going to turn up. If they have Kang in there, I don't know if people are going to tune up now. You know, it's like they.
I don't know. Ant-Man was like, because it had a great opening. It was just
Yeah.
word of mouth of like this thing's shit. Don't
Yeah.
see it, and that's. I think it's as simple as that, honestly.
But that's what I mean. Do you think, like, let's say none of this major stuff happened. Do you think him being in trailers would make like people want to tune into this? Like, is that a big enough character to be like, oh man, I have to see Kang in the show? And I don't know if it is, right?
Not for Loki. I feel
Yeah.
like that's a character who's been in the MCU since, like,
2011.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's the thing that would get people more involved, or just it having big numbers from its first season. But
Yeah.
and the great Owen Wilson,
True. Yeah. You got Ki Kwan in there this season, Academy Award winner.
right?
So,
Yeah,
but-
they're like you don't even need majors.
Yeah, but
He's
yeah, we'll
there,
talk.
though.
Exactly, he's there though. Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about that when we get close because of course there'll be a Loki prediction episode that'll be coming in September. So, anything else to shout out before we close this one down?
It's fun to do a little 4-man cast. It's been a while, so it's nice. It's a good time.
Yeah, I think is it wrong with saying like Guardians was maybe the last one? No, Spider-Verse, I guess Spider-Verse, but other than that, I don't think.
No,
there's been
I
any-
wasn't.
Oh, you
I
were
wasn't
here.
here,
No,
yeah,
so I think
no,
it was
definitely.
Guardians.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. There you
MCU
go.
bringing the podcast together since
Exactly. Yeah.
2015.
Yeah, exactly. And onward. So there you go. all 1,400 of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in this episode. We'll be reviewing it weekly. There'll be a mix of midnight and Wednesday reviews depending on people's schedules, stuff like that. But every episode, there'll be your Geek Verse goodness for you to listen, and it will not be boring.
See ya.
Bye.